All right. Hey, Eric here. Just following up a little video recap of your Golf Academy. And on the left-hand side is day one, or Friday. On the right-hand side would be the swings that we took on Sunday. I'm actually going to put up one of Friday's videos as well on the right-hand side, just because I want to show you a couple things that we talked about. Now, a quick recap of what we saw on Friday was that really good setup, a lot of good things going on in the golf swing overall. The club head path, maybe a smidge above plane going back, but nothing too major there. Really was more the downswing path of the club coming down. Basically, the TrackMan had measured averaging about 5 degrees to the left, which obviously was something of concern, because whenever it's a little bit above plane right there, you have to adjust and somehow reroute that club. And this one right here is now, it's a little bit steep right there, but you're shallowing it out. But just that combination of things just makes it hard not to be a little bit off center with the club face. And in your case, it tended to leave the face a little bit too open at impact. If we look at it from the front view, that same swing, probably could see just a touch more turn there. But again, really the bigger thing was the path and how the club was interacting with the ground. Not only bottoming out a little bit behind the golf ball, here's a little mark right here where the golf ball is, but also too the face being a little open and the impact a little bit more towards the toe. So our thought was that we'd try to take advantage of this great backswing you have going on and just try to reroute that golf club and get the club head coming from a little bit more neutral direction versus being so much above the plane here. Now let's switch over to Sunday's video on the right hand side, and here's the rehearsal swing I had you doing, where basically what you would do is you'd swing the club head back, letting it go a little inside, that's fine. But I had you trying to get that downswing path coming from the inside on that orange line. So you basically be trying to swing the club head out to the right through impact on that orange line, instead of it swinging a little bit left there through impact. And now that's a little exaggerated, but the idea is that that exaggeration might offset the path coming from the other direction there. So let's take a look at Sunday's video now. And here's the one that you hit. Again, same idea. You're trying to make that real good backswing, but get that downswing path coming a little bit more from the inside. So there's the takeaway. I like how it's gone a little bit inside, going back. Nothing wrong with that. In comparison, and we'll switch over to the front view here in a second, it just looks like you're turning a little bit more fully as well, certainly with the hips and the shoulders and all that. So from there, now let's take a look at the downswing. And notice the club head path now coming slightly from the inside. That's exactly what we're going for right there. Beautiful path to it. And again, what I really like is I like how the club face is squaring up more at impact versus it being a little bit, well, more the hit off the toe, I suppose, than anything else was really the issue. The face didn't really open up that much through impact, but enough to curve it a little bit to the right. But just look at the difference in the club face position post-impact there, how much more square it is when that club head path is neutral. So the key thing that we talked about over the course of the weekend was really taking advantage of this great backswing that you have, trying to get that downswing path coming a little bit more from the inside. And if we just look at a couple of positions here, look at the difference in where the shaft is on Friday. Notice where the shaft is lined up with your left forearm on Friday, where on Sunday, on the right-hand side of the screen, look at how the shaft is lining up with your right forearm now. So obviously the club on Sunday is much closer to being on plane. At this point, notice the shaft of the club is parallel to the swing plane line. That's beautiful. And again, that club head path is coming in a great direction, going to give you the best chance to square that club face up at impact. Now I am curious to see just a little bit of the turn here and see if you're turning a little bit more fully on Sunday in comparison here. So here you are on day one, left-hand side, there's the backswing. You know, good turn, but just looked like you could turn just a little deeper with the shoulders. Here you are on Sunday. Yeah, I like that little bit fuller turn. I think that puts you in a position where the club head can come a little bit easier from the inside and be more on plane. And again, that's just what we're looking for impact-wise, where the face is staying real square through impact and the club is bottoming out more at the golf ball versus a little bit behind it. So key things that we talked about, just kind of a quick rehash, was let's get that golf club going back a little bit inside. Go and let that happen just a touch. A little bit inside will not put you in a bad position, especially when you're turning as nicely as you are. But really put your attention to that downswing path swinging out to the right. And again, we just use those shafts on the ground as visual cues to try to make sure that you're swinging a little bit more out to the right. That's going to get the club head coming from a good direction. Slightly from the inside, beautiful. That's going to put you in a nice position to strike that golf ball with a square club face and a really good compression on the golf ball. So, hey, great to have you and your brother here. Really enjoyed it. Hope that you guys will continue working on your games, and feel free to send me some video here if you get a chance be happy to take a look at it, and you can send it to this email address that you're receiving this from, and it will be happy to take a look at it, pass it amongst the staff that taught that school, and give you some feedback. All the best.